The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Happy Rex Oween. Fireman Ed's going to join us, and we have new info on teams calling the Jets about Breece and Quinnen. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's go eat a goddamn snack. Let's hit it and get it started.
Breece Hall, he's going to throw the ball. It's caught. Who want to foul with them?
How much worse can it get for Aaron Glenn's Jets team? Can he salvage this season and give us something to be excited about? Every step of the journey, the Jake Asman Show will have you covered, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now. Here we go, Jet fans. Happy Halloween to everyone. We got a lot to talk about with the state of our football team. But first,
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
that's right. And now let's say hello to our guy. He was in Cincinnati watching the Jets get their first win of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Fireman Ed joins us now. Ed, how we feeling? The Jets have themselves a win. My God, did we need that one?
We need a snack. I love your outfit. Beautiful. Listen, it was a great day in Cincinnati. It's nice to get off the schneid. Getting a win. Aaron Glenn needed that. We all needed it. The Jet Nation needed it. Okay, so it was nice to see. Exciting. I got to give a shout out to the people from Cincinnati. Wonderful, wonderful fan base. Very similar to ours. Been suffering a long, long time. Don't have great leadership, ownership there. Really a good fan base. We had a ball, to say the least. We had a great time. The Jet fans showed up. We were going wild behind the bench after the game. Sean Jefferson came over, wide receiver coach. I was seeing him Saturday night with our defensive coordinator. And so it was good. It was very good.
For you, Ed, let's talk about Nick Mangold, because we got the news right before, the game started, of course. And, obviously, the win a little extra special to do it on a day. We lost one of our all-time greats. What was your reaction, and what are your thoughts on Nick Mangold?
This was a sad day, man. Nick was just, everybody always says a lot about somebody when they die. But, Nick was really that guy. He was just a wonderful person. Obviously a great player, should go into the Hall of Fame. He should skate in there. Jason Kelsey did mention it this week, which was nice that he was 10 times the player he was. But, Nick was a great person. He was just a great father. Just when he would be around you, he had a presence about him, and was all genuine. You could fully understand why he was one of our leaders in those championship games and the run that he had. 7-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro. And his 4 kids. You feel for his family. I mean, the man was a tremendous father also. So it's just a sad day for the whole Jet Nation. And I do believe Nick had a big part in us winning that game. I'm a believer in there's a bigger power than us, and I think he definitely had a hand in it. They said he grew up only 47 or 57 miles from the stadium, so he was obviously a presence there. And it was one of the Jet fans had a 74 jersey, and after the game, it was, we were honoring him with Nick Mangold. And it was powerful. It really was. It was, spur of the moment. When those things happen, it's always more, because it's genuine. It's not, planned. It was, that's all bullshit. When it's, that was just genuine. And it was nice to see because it was the Jet fans from all over the country. They were from actually all over the world. There was people from Portugal and Mexico, and it was crazy. It was just it was a very rejoiceful and at the same time a sad moment when one of ours, goes at 41 years young and leaves 4 kids. I mean, that's just brutal, man. It's brutal. So,
Well said. And he certainly will be missed. I want to remind people that throughout the week on the show, we're giving people chances to win Nick Mangold related prizes, including the top prize in our weekly raffle on Tuesday, a signed Nick Mangold football, prize 2, a signed Wayne Corbett football, and prize 3, a signed Justin Fields jersey. Let's talk about Fields for a moment here, Ed. Regardless, how he is as a player and what his future is, I'm happy for him that he had that moment, because after what the owner said about him, to come out, show that type of resiliency and play well, that's just an awesome feel-good moment for a good guy who didn't deserve what he had to go through this past week.
I couldn't agree with you more. Justin Fields has been up and down. Obviously, he's playing on the field, but you know what? You can never say anything about his character. The character of that kid, he represents what you want in a quarterback. I mean, just the way he speaks, the way he handles it's sad to hear him say that he was crawled up in a corner in his closet. I mean, who wants to hear that? That's a sad thing to hear, when he's a prideful athlete and, he's a human being. He has feelings. So, what went on last week was alarming in some regards with our owner saying, things like that, which we did address. But at the same token, him bouncing back and showing the character that he is, and that team rallying around him. They rallied around that kid. I was there. I was right behind the bench. When I tell you that they rallied behind that kid, I can't begin to tell you enough. They love the kid. They love him. That team loves that kid. They want him to succeed. I want him to succeed. We all do. We want him to succeed. It would be wonderful for, what a story that would be, to come back after the owner murdered you. And, how about he can play like that consistently, man? We'd be thrilled through that. I mean, we're thinking about another quarterback, and it's understandable, in the future. But I mean, how great would it be if this kid the light bulb could go on and this kid could deliver like he did on Sunday? Man, I think we'd all sign up for that. So, it was a tough week, but that team showed resilience and a lot of fight with that team, which was very, very exciting to watch and to witness right in front of me. I'm blessed that I'm able to get those seats, and to say the least, we had a ball.
Love that.
We had an absolute ball, on the road. So, and like I said, the people from Cincinnati were wonderful. Great fan base.
Nice to win one. There's no doubt about it. We are presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Jets on the bye this week. The opening line for Jets Browns as we look ahead. Jets are a favorite in this one. They are a 1.5-point favorite. So we will see how the Jets handle time to prepare, how the Jets handle being a favorite, how the Jets handle having, seemingly the advantage, you could argue, at quarterback and just overall talent. So we will talk more about that game coming up. But if you want to get your bets in on FanDuel or any sport over the weekend, World Series Game 6 tonight, anything going on in college football or the NFL Week 9 slate, do it with FanDuel. Ed, I want to play you a report last night on the Amazon Thursday Night Football broadcast from NFL Network insider Ian Rapoport. Ian Rapoport giving us the latest on the NFL trade deadline, and 2 New York Jet players were mentioned.
Bring back Ian Rapoport. So, Ian, the Eagles and the Niners have already been active this week. What else are you hearing ahead of the trade deadline?
That's right. Michael Carter went to the Eagles, slot corner from the Jets. Keon White went to the 49ers. Here are a couple big names to keep our eye on in what should be a hopefully spicy next couple days. Hasn't been the craziest trade deadline ever. Maybe everyone's saving it from Monday and Tuesday. I'll go to a couple big names from the Jets. Breece Hall and Quinnen Williams are drawing interest. Remains to be seen if the Jets get a massive offer for them. The Raiders are open to trading Jacoby Myers only for the right offer, not going to give him away. Certainly he has a market. Calvin Ridley would be potentially an option. Arden Key for the Titans. But here's one who is not going to be traded. Max Crosby from the Raiders, not going anywhere, which Mark Davis recently told him.
Okay, so teams calling the Jets about both Breece Hall and Quinnen Williams. You and I briefly talked about this off air. We don't want Breece to go anywhere. I also would not trade Quinnen Williams in season. Now, if someone's offering me a first rounder, I'm at least thinking about it, but I don't know if that offer is even out there. But as far as Breece, I think you and I are aligned, Ed. We don't want Breece Hall to go anywhere. In fact, I'd be talking about trying to find a way to keep Breece Hall here for next year and the foreseeable future with this guy, because he's a damn good player, and we all watched that again on Sunday.
I couldn't agree with you more. Listen, we talked about it. You know, the core four, like the Yankees had, we have, you know, which is Sauce, Garrett Wilson, JJ, and Breece. You know, listen, that's the core four. Quinnen Williams, there's no way. I mean, he represents the Jet fan as great as anybody. I don't want to see any of those guys go. You're building a team, you build it around those guys. You know, you're trying to build an organization, and they've made some really good moves. And I would be very upset if they got rid of any of those five guys that I just named. So I don't want to see it. I seen Breece Hall's sister after the game. We took a picture. Great kid. And, you know, she wants to see the Jets re-sign him. He wants to stay here. You know, it's not like Breece wants to go. Breece wants to stay. You know, Breece asked for the ball like crazy. You've seen that statement when, say, Garrett Wilson wasn't playing. I want the ball. Give me the ball. I mean, he proved it. You know, listen, he had a game of a lifetime on Sunday. Never mind throwing the winning touchdown, okay, to a kid that is going to be a star in my book, and I've always said it, Mason Taylor. That kid's going to be a stud. That kid is another kid that's all you want. He's a blocker. He does it all. You can see him being a clutch player. You just see it. You know, it's just the beginning of something. So we have a lot to be thankful for. I do not want to see them. I hope Ian Rapoport is wrong. Listen, everybody's going to be on the table. They're always going to call. We're 1-7, so I understand it. But it's what you do as an organization, and I would never trade those guys.
Rich Cimini reported on ESPN.com that based on what he is hearing, he'd be surprised if they traded Breece Hall. He also agrees with us that, in his opinion, they should be figuring out a way to keep him long-term. I looked at some contracts for running backs to see what a comp for Breece would be. Yeah. He's going to be going into his age 25 season next year, so he's young, right? Yes. He's still a guy that has several prime years left at that position. I'd look at the James Cook contract, which pays him about $11.5 million per season for the Bills. Yeah. I'd go to Breece and say, hey, we want to do a similar deal. Yes. And I think he would take it. I think it gives him guaranteed security. You guarantee him some salary over 2 years. Let's say it's a 3 or 4 year deal. That to me is a no-brainer. Like if Aaron Glenn was serious about, hey, we want to keep our good young players and keep them as Jets, then Breece is another guy that falls in that category. They hopefully see the value of what he brings to the table. I wouldn't be moving on from Breece, regardless who the quarterback is next year. Breece Hall is a weapon that's going to help that young quarterback have a chance to not have it all on him as he steps into the NFL.
These guys are trying to make a difference. They're trying to change the culture here. I mean, he's one of the guys. I mean, this is what they're trying to do. They've lost so much since they've been drafted here, okay? And they want to be here. 3 for 36 will get it done. 3 for 36, okay? That'll get it done. And, you know, there's no reason why you shouldn't have Breece. Breece is another guy that speaks well, that, you know, carries himself well. I mean, these are the guys that you want to surround your organization with, okay? Jermaine Johnson. These guys all speak well, all right? And they're good leaders, you know? So, yes, I don't want to see any of those guys go. No way. I'm out on that. So, you know, Michael Carter, I understood what happened there. All right. That was, we'll see what Michi is. But you know what? You also got cap relief there, big time.
Yep,
And,
that one made sense. I covered Mitchie in
Brownlee.
Houston, and he's the guy that was a second-round pick. He's talented. Yeah. The Jets don't have a ton of receivers, so all of a sudden he's going to get an opportunity to showcase himself, and we'll find out.
Yeah, give him a shot. Give him a shot. See what's what. I thought that Angstrom called a hell of a game on Sunday. I thought he let the reins loose with this kid, with Justin. Live and die by the sword here. You're 1-7. See what this kid can do. These next 9 games. See what this kid can do, and let's see what happens here. You're gonna know after the season. You're gonna have to draft a quarterback. You're probably gonna draft one anyway, one way or another. Okay, because it's probably over for Tyrod, and you still have Justin signed for another year. So you see where that goes.
Oh, they're drafting a quarterback 100%. Now, this is a super chat here from Dixon who goes, $12 million per is Jonathan Taylor money, and Breece has not put up JT numbers. It is not Jonathan Taylor money. Here's a look at your top running backs here. Saquon leads the way, making almost $21 million per year. If they sign Breece Hall to a deal that would pay him, let's say, $12 million, that would put him between Josh Jacobs and James Cook, which is why I use that.
I did my homework. I do my homework. I look and see what's what. I don't doesn't just spew out of my mouth. Come on now.
Dixon says you'd give him $11 million a year. I'll tell you what, Dixon, that's exactly what we're suggesting. 11 and a half to 12.
We could argue over the other million, but that's about fair. That's a fair value.
Right. The bottom line is this. Think about the amount of dumb money the Jets have spent on just players who stink. No matter how you think of Breece, whether you think he's a top 10 running back.
Hassan Reddick.
I mean,
comes to mind.
Le'Veon Bell, if you want to use the same position.
My God.
Breece is a good player.
Hassan Reddick had a mask on. He robbed us.
Oh yeah,
he robbed.
Straight robbery.
Straight robbery. So. And what a fake. What a fake. Like, listen, let me tell you something. I don't wish anything on anybody. Okay, but when he got hurt this year, that's karma. That's karma. Listen. You can't be a dog and then all of a sudden ain't nobody rooting for you. Ain't nobody rooting for you when you're a dog. Okay? When you show heart and soul, everybody's right behind you. When you don't, you're a dog. Karma, that's the way karma is. That's the way it works. I want to hear it. Anyway, we've made some bad. Well, we can't say anything with Muji or Glenn. They're just starting out. So, I mean, overall, what you're seeing, you gotta like. I mean, we were murdering him for Brandon Stevens. Stevens is you came on at it all right. This is why I say, and listen, we all judge, and I understand. This is it's a week to week league. It's just the way it happens. We go up and down. We're a roller coaster, but we really do have to give guys a little bit of time. Let's put some. Let's get some roots and see what, they're going to do an overall of the season. Not the first 4 or 5 games. What about the 17 games?
They got to win games. And look, at the first half of the year, they're 1-7. Let's see how they look over the next 9 weeks.
Let's see what happens. Let's see if, like Joe Benigno said, how about they go 5-4? I'd sign up for that right now. Okay? You expect them to win 4 or 5 games in these next 9. Now, I expect that. I'm looking at the schedule, and I believe that they should be able to do that. Never mind, we'll start getting greedy. When, if we can beat Cleveland, and then we're going to be thinking about New England on Thursday night. And then, all of a sudden, the hands start going like this. We start going, wait a minute. Now, all of a sudden, we start becoming mathematicians, and we start, well, if this happens, and if that happens, and then, next thing you know, because this is why we're fans.
We're fans, fanatics.
And we love them. So, of course, we hate them, like the kid said. We hate them because we love them. That's why. It's a love-hate relationship. It's just the way it is. But you're never going to be down. You're never going to leave them. You love them. So,
that's right.
That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
Hit the like button if you're tuning in. Fireman Ed with us here in our weekly chat with him. Let's do a jersey giveaway here on a Football Friday, even with the Jets off this weekend. Jets Legends jersey giveaway. You choose the player. Joe Willie Namath. You want it in green or white? you pick.
Nice.
How about Joe Klecko, number
legend.
73? How about Curtis Martin, baby, number 28? Mr. Third Down, the Green Lantern. Wayne Krebet, number 80. Darrell Revis, number 24. And last but certainly not least, the great Nick Mangold. You choose between our 6 Jets Legends players, and we send it to you at the end of the show. But you got to be in it to win it. So make sure you gift the membership or send in a $10 super chat or higher. Shout out to Paul Taxter, who's the first person to enter today's raffle. He gifted a channel membership earlier on in the show. Paul, this is for you.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Happy Rex Halloween, baby. Ed, did I nail the costume here with Rex?
Love it. Well, Rex was having a lot of Twinkies at that point.
Yeah, someone said
that
to me,
was the big fella.
Yeah, you going to be are you going to be Fat Rex or Skinny Rex? And I said, come on now. If you're going to do the Rex costume, you got to go Fat Rex for the costume.
Definitely. He was eating them Twinkies and ring dings quite a bit.
That's right. The Jets actually got worse with Rex the more weight he lost. We were at our best in 2009.
Yes, we were at our best when he was a very jolly fella. He was a very jolly fella.
We love you, Rex. Hey, Tom just sent in a channel membership to the community. He is in our raffle for one. Hit the Jet chant for him. Also, everyone, let's do something fun on Halloween. If you call into the show today in a costume, we'll give you a raffle ticket with your call. Cobalt Jet has just sent in a channel membership. And I want to get your take. Someone who's been a long-time season ticket holder. News came out, and I heard from a lot of fans, a lot of my listeners about their ticket prices actually being increased, despite this team being 1-7 and in the midst of the longest playoff drought in sports. Were your season tickets among those who had an increase as well? And what was your reaction to all that?
I don't even know. Possibly. I haven't checked. I've been so busy. I got a Christmas business. I've been busy. I don't know. I know that. Come on, I've talked about this. I talked about it last year. I mean, I don't know who's running the show over there, but whoever is, I mean, what are you doing? I mean, 1-7. I mean, right after we won a game, put that ticket price out there. I mean, come on, man.
Tone deaf.
It's just ridiculous. Like, it really is. And I don't want to hear, well, we have a business to run. Bullshit. There's a way about doing it. And, what they're doing to the fans is very disheartening. It just is. It's disheartening. I mean, no matter what, you can do the company line all you want. Okay. There's a right, no wrong. Just, timing is everything in life. We just had our own murder in our quarterback. He couldn't even go in the locker room. We had Chris Johnson.
Woody wasn't there, by the way. I checked in with someone. Woody was not even there.
Well, I'm sure he wasn't there. Why would he be there? And Chris Johnson, who I told you last show, should be running the organization and talking and should be the spokesman for the organization. I stand by that. Okay, they're not going to sell the team. So Chris Johnson should be running the organization and talking. He talks well. All we keep saying about Chris Johnson is, he hired Adam Gase. I told you, he listened to Peyton Manning just like all of us would have. Okay? Peyton Manning fucked us like usual. Excuse my language, but he did. He's full of shit, the Mannings. Anyway, the bottom line is we should – listen, Chris Johnson is, to me, he should represent the New York Football Jets from here on out. He did I heard that he gave the game ball. There was no footage. I didn't see any footage, but I heard
he did give the game ball.
Yeah, there was no footage, right? I was looking for it. I didn't see it.
Not of that, and that to me feels calculated by the Jets to not put it in.
Well, probably. Timing. Again, timing is everything, right? So, but I told you, I know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, all right? I talked to this guy. He's got it going on. He's no idiot. He's far from it. Okay. But his older brother's running the show right now. And he should actually step away and let his younger brother run the show.
Agreed. Chris is well spoken. And he's also, I'm not trying to be an ageist here. He's way younger than Woody. Like, yes, Chris is still in his 60s.
My age. We're a month apart. He's August 16th. I'm September 19th.
Yeah.
We talk about this. All right. Listen, the guy is he loves the team. Not that Woody doesn't, but Woody can't talk.
No,
So
it's clunky. It's just
but you have to know to step away for the good of the organization.
He doesn't, though, because there's too many people that surround Woody Johnson that just are yes men, and that's the problem. And no one ever tells Woody that, hey, man, what you said is not cool. It's wrong. Like
they're yes men. I agree totally with you. You know, the revamping of the organization should happen, especially after what you just seen occur last week.
Here's how in tune Chris Johnson is, by the way. I won't say who, but I know for a fact. All right, you're gonna have to take my word on this. Chris Johnson watches jet shows that are out there. I won't say which ones.
I know,
but I like he cares. Like he is a legitimate owner, and people will say he hired Gase, and I understand that he got conned into hiring Gase.
Yes!
Okay. But you know what I mean? Like he listened to the wrong people, but I always defend him on this, right? Gase was a disastrous hire, but at least his intent was, hey, we have this young quarterback in Sam Darnold. Let's get an offensive coach to help him take it to the next level. It should have been Mike McCarthy in hindsight, but at least like the thought process was, let's get an offensive coach with experience to help Sam Darnold. That's been my whole conversation with Glenn. If they finished, with 1 win, 2 wins, worst record in the league, hey, let's get a legitimate experienced offensive coach for the guy we're taking number 1 overall. Hopefully they win games and we're not having the one and done talk.
I would agree with that. No, I would agree with that. But like I said to you, you have a show format. I get it. Listen, it'll all play out in the next 9 games. All right. Let's just hope that this is the start of something that we can build on. All right. Jake, you're into it like I am. Look, there's some really nice pieces that they've added. There's some vision that you see that they're seeing. All right. You're starting to see some of the vision that they're trying to make happen. Okay. So let's hope and pray that, because we all want to support Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji. Okay. We that's what we want to do. Okay. And we want ownership to do the right thing. All right. How did we start? You don't raise prices again for the 5th straight year. It's not good public relations. Like the head of the public relations there needs to be reviewed. I never want to see somebody fired because they have a family, okay? But you got to be reviewed. Like, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? Right? Like, you don't make enough money? I don't understand. You make enough money with a lot of things. Now we're going to hammer our fan base that hasn't been to a playoff game in 15 years, haven't sniffed a division title, hasn't been a home playoff game in 22 years. And we're going to, let's hit him over the head again for a 5th year. Come on, man.
It's disgusting.
Are we doing? What are we doing?
I said this yesterday, Ed. You could say whatever you want about James Dolan, even when the Knicks and the Rangers were disasters at various times. And I mean, don't get me started with the Knicks, but they finally turned it around by hiring the right people, all that. Everyone's heard me make this point. But even when the Knicks were bad, right? Same thing with the Rangers. Rangers fans could attest to this. James Dolan, for all his issues, not once did he ever raise ticket prices when his teams were not coming off a playoff season. So I'm not saying that, the Jets couldn't raise ticket prices over the last 15 years. Everything increases. I get that. But in the last 4 years alone, people's tickets have increased by hundreds of dollars, and the team has been a joke.
Jake, this is the 5th year in a row that they're raising ticket prices, and not across the board, but on the higher end. And it's not, it's once again public relations. What are we doing?
Right?
Like, what are we doing? There's so much to be reviewed in that organization. All right. There's plenty we've talked about in the past. Okay. And that's just another thing. The game day experience, the stadium. We can go on and on. They're murdering the tailgate guys, fining them. I don't know whatever happened with that, but they're going after Jet Nation, going after my man Joe, Tailgate Joe. Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Brutal. I mean, it never ends. Tyrone checks in. He's in the raffle for 5. Hope you're well, Tyrone. I ordered your jersey this week. Congrats again on winning that. I want them to keep Breece Hall, especially when we're going to draft a QB next year. Love to win that Mangold jersey. Tyrone, Oh, you want a Garrett Wilson jersey? I think it was Tyrone. But anyway, I got you in.
That's the
4
truth.
5.
Though. But we need to keep Breece. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, I told you he's a core 4 player. That's a core 4 player. You keep those 4 guys. You sign those guys.
Agreed.
And build around them. You know,
they have the money too. Like people are like, oh, can you afford to do it? Yeah, you got $75 million in cap space, and you're going to have a quarterback on a rookie deal next year. This is when you do it. How could the Lions afford to pay 2 running backs, pay Aiden Hutchinson, pay Jared Goff, pay Amon-Ra St. Brown? Like everyone wants to use the Jet Lion comp. The Lions kept their own.
Go to the Rams. See what the Rams do. Rams, are you kidding me?
They keep everyone.
Look at the Rams. My God. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Let's hope we get a win for Cleveland next week.
That's right.
all I hope.
Do you think the attendance will be greater coming off a win than it would have been? Does that matter?
It all depends on the day, what kind of day it is.
Weather-wise, you're saying, right?
If the weather's nice, you'll get more people there. Remember, you're not going to get – Cleveland doesn't travel that well. You know, they're not – you know, it's not the Steelers, Cowboys, or Bills that we've played where there was a ton of fans in the crowd. You know, it'll be more like Carolina. It'll be more like you were at the Carolina game. There wasn't a lot of Carolina fans. There was Carolina fans, but not a lot.
No, I mean, there were more people dressed as empty seats that day than anything else.
Yeah. So
I said it to you. That was the worst environment for any Jet game I have personally ever attended. And I've been to games late in the year when they're bad. It was
you're young. There was worse.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm just saying, like, that's
in Giant Stadium. In Giant Stadium, there was, you know, we had those days of 1-15 and 3-13. So you know, that those were some brutal years. You know, but hey, listen, we'll see. We'll see what you can't blame the fan base for not showing up. Come on, man. I mean, they're giving them nothing to show up about. Listen, you diehards, I told you, the diehards will show up. They'll be there on Sunday. You'll have the 40,000 diehards. They show up every week. Every week, hook or crook, don't matter. Wins, loss. They're proving it now because in the Carolina game, that's what you had. You basically had 40,000. And there was maybe 5,000 Carolina fans. There was 35,000 Jet fans there. When I tell you 40,000, I know what I'm talking about. I'm there every week for 52 effing years and leading the Jet chant for 40. I know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay? I deal with these people all the time. They're diehards. They love the Jets, the New York Football Jets. So they're going to show up. Those guys are going to show up, and girls and ladies and kids. They're all going to show up. That's what they do. So they enjoy their tailgate. They enjoy the ambiance of football, all right? And they want to win it just like we all do. So our organization needs to understand where the priorities are. That's where I have the problem, you know. And when I speak up, you know, they give me grief. They don't pay me. I say what I have to say. I say what I have to say because it's the way it is. So I just want the best for everyone. The organization, I want the best for the fan base. We want to be the world champions one day, right? We want to be an organization that we can be proud of. And every year we're knocking on the door, right? Like the Packers, like the Steelers. I mean, we go down the line, you know? So look at now New England, right? Off of our backs, no less. Off of our backs. Remember that. Vrabel came here. He had no intention of signing here. None. Zero. We were the fools for even letting him in the building. Blame Tannenbaum for that one. Well, we were the fools for letting him in the building. When I seen it, I seen the Mack truck coming down the highway from miles away, and you couldn't avoid it. What a joke! I mean, it's a joke. That's when I get nuts because we're a laughing stock when it comes to that. That pisses me off. See, that should fire everybody up. When we play the Patriots on that Thursday night, that should be the first thing you think about. That guy came into this building, all right? And he may be a great guy because I heard he's a great guy, Vrabel. But now he's a Patriot. And he's always been a Patriot.
Right.
So, you know, I want to fight him. I want to beat him. That's the way it is. So, I mean, we should all have that fire. You know? I don't give a rat's ass, man. You know, It's all about the Jets. You screw the Jets, I'm out on you. The way it works. So,
Ed, enjoy your bye week. Are you dressed up as Fireman Ed for Halloween?
yeah, there's a lot of people dressed up as Fireman Ed for Halloween. What an honor. But it is what it is. Listen, enjoy your Halloween, Rex. You sexy Rexy. Have your Twinkie and your ring ding. And all the best, brother. Enjoy. Let's hope we get a win next week.
Let's do it.
I'm sure we'll be together next week. I'll be on here with you, I'm sure, next week. So
Yep.
We'll talk about the Cleveland Browns, the dog pound coming to town. All right, brother. Enjoy. Go Jets.
Ladies and gentlemen, there he goes. The great Fireman Ed. It is Rexoween. If you call in a costume, you get a raffle ticket. We're giving away at the end of the show a Jets Legends jersey. Joe Namath, Joe Klecko, Curtis Martin, Wayne Corbett, Darrell Rivas, Nick Mangold. Let's go.
Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets!
Phantom Green and White is in the Asmaniac raffle. Hit it, Rex.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Hell yeah. J-Quest, is Jake dressed as Rex Ryan? Gee, what gave it away? Yeah. It's Halloween, baby. It's Rexoween. Rick says, Ed, great meeting you and Jake in Tampa. Let's get a winning head coach, and the team will win now. The Glenn experiment likely to fail. We got to see how the rest of the year plays out, Rick. Look, I'm not going to act like one win means all of a sudden Aaron Glenn has it all figured out. We could easily see the Jets go out there and lose to the Cleveland Browns. I hate to say it, but come on. The Jets' record off bye weeks, you know what it is in the last 9 years? 1-8. Show us something. That's why I think I understand, outside of like Jets and Browns fans, no one's going to give a flying F about that game next week. But you know what? I do, because I think it tells us a lot about who the Jets are. And if they are actually, making tangible progress, improving, all that. I think it matters. I really believe that. How do they handle time to prepare? How do they handle coming off a win? Are they still hungry? Right? Trade deadline will have passed. Who's still here? Like, what's the level of motivation for these guys? Is Glenn have them ready to go? Is the defense going to bounce back after they gave up 38 points? Sauce should be back in this game. Offensively, Garrett Wilson should be back. Like, that's what I want to see. Now, maybe some of you don't care, and some of you are rooting for losses. I can't do that yet this early on in the year. I want to see improvement. I want to see progress. Papa Jet in the house. He's in the raffle for 2 for the Klecko jersey, but I never win. Jake doesn't want to pay extra for 3XL. I have 3XL for you, Papa. Don't you worry. You're in the raffle for 2. We've only had 4 memberships gifted today. So I'm going to gift one right now to this amazing community, and I will enter you in the raffle if you get a channel membership from me. Plus, you get a free super chat and all the other perks of being a channel member. So I'm going to gift one coming up. So make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to be eligible to get a gifted membership. Let's get to this comment here from NY Jets Florida Ted. If you can get a first for Quinnen, you have to consider it. I agree. I don't think a first is out there, though, personally. I don't. But I would consider it, yes. Depends on the team, right? And is the one this year or the following year? There's certain factors you got to consider. Do I like Quinnen Williams? Obviously. Do I think there's a chance they can move on from him in the offseason? I mean, he's been here 7 years. He only has $5 million in guarantees left on his contract, so it's a very easy deal to move to a different team if the Jets don't want to pay him. Because I think he's going to ask for a rework deal. And he's been a good soldier. I would keep him if I'm not getting a 1. Someone said, well, what if you get us 2 and a 4? I consider it, but I don't know if I would do it. I got to see where the Jets end up picking, right? Because I could argue maybe you want the 2 and a 4 if you're the Jets and you win enough games and you're out of the top 3 all of a sudden. And maybe you got to move in front of Miami or New Orleans to get your quarterback, right? Then you got to say, okay, if I trade Quinnen and get an extra 2, Does that help me get my quarterback? If the answer is yes, you got to consider it. If you have that much conviction in the guy you're trading up for. I don't know. There's so many factors we don't know. I could come up with so many different scenarios, but that's why it's pointless to talk about some of this stuff on Halloween because we don't know. Phantom Green and White says, Jake being dressed up as Rex wants me to get a effing snack.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Hell yeah. Franklin, it was great for my wife and I to meet you, Fireman Ed, again. First time was at Darnold in Detroit Jungle, and it was fun after the game. Thanks, Jake. That's awesome. What a night that was, huh? Sam's first pass as a Jet, pick 6, but then the Jets bounced back and destroy the Lions and Matt Patricia. I think it was Matt Patricia, right? Was he the coach in 2018? I think he was still the coach then. Yeah. That team went 6-10. Matt Patricia was such a bad head coach. 6-10, 3-12-1, 4-7. Really good defensive coordinator. He's doing a very good job by all accounts at Ohio State now. But, I mean, come on. Honestly, good for Patricia, though, not going with Belichick to North Carolina because he's completely revitalized his coaching career by going to Ohio State with Ryan Day. Spencer Green in the house. Breaking news on the Ass Man show. Brandon Stevens is the highest graded corner. Sauce is top 3. Brownlee is incredible. Rookies are balling. AG, let him cook. Breaking news. I'm little Joey today. Beast has been destroyed. Spencer, you're in the raffle for 5. You're nuts, but I appreciate you as always. You are in the raffle for 5. You mentioned Aaron Glenn. Who want to fly with the Jets? Let's go. All right, to your calls we go. First up today is a man with the Jets tattoo. Hello, man with the Jets tattoo.
Hello, Jake. How are you today?
Are you the Monopoly man?
No, I am calling from the cruise ship, which I am still on. This is my Halloween costume. I am a lion tamer. Okay? I have a whip. My wife will be the lion tonight, and I will be whipping her.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, now.
Yeah, this is our last day on the cruise, and I can't wait to get back to my internet and be able to read some Jet content and watch Jake. But right now, the last day, I have to be dressed up, and I'm happy that they traded Michael Carter because I think Brownlee's a stud. I will whip this team into shape with my whip.
Carl, enjoy the cruise, you freak.
Calm your freaky down.
Well done. Carl, first to call in with a costume on. He is in the raffle for that. You call in with a costume on today, you get a raffle ticket. Both shows. Carl, man with Jets tattoo. Love it. Love that. Hey, breaking news, I guess.
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated apparently wrote in his trade deadline notebook this morning that Michael Clemens is available. Okay. I guess it's breaking news. I'll tell you what, if Muji gets anything for Clemens, he scores some points in my book. I honestly, if Darren Muji gets something for Clemens, he scores a lot of points in my book. I mean, breaking news, Alan Lazard's available too, I guess. Honestly, if we got, to save Woody some cash, some food trucks on Fridays in exchange for Clemens, I think it's a win. Oh, man. I don't want to dunk on Clemens. He seems like a nice guy, but, I mean, he's available. Cool. Jay, of course, a bag of balls for Clemens would be sick. Rick Cannon, Muji gets rid of Clemens. He should win Executive of the Year. Is Charles going to call in from his Halloween brunch party? I hope. Hey, I'm gifting a membership right now. We're a little light on membership, so let's give someone a chance to get in the raffle this morning for a Jets Legends jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, Antonio Ambrosino just received a membership from yours truly.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Hell yeah. All right, hit the like button if you haven't. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. We got a lot to still talk about on the show throughout the day today. But first, let me shout out our guy, Rick Kent. Rick, I hope you got your mail. Your signed Jermaine Johnson jersey you won last week should have arrived. Rick Kent is officially in the Asmaniac raffle for 5. Hit it. Also, should I spookify the show? StreamYard sent all its users a Halloween-themed overlay I could use. Trick or treat. Anyone want a pumpkin? Who wants some candy? Things are spooky. All right. Whoa. Let's get to your call, shall we? Jordan is next today. Hello, Jordan.
What's up, Jake? That breaking news of Michael Clemens was the laugh of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's news. You know?
Seriously. But if he does get rid of him for something, he should get GM of the year. But I'm not dressed up. But somebody else is. She's a Jets cheerleader.
I love it. You know what? That counts. Jordan, you are in. What's your daughter's name?
That's Naomi.
Jordan and Naomi are now in the raffle for 1. Love it.
Appreciate it. What's the matter? But that's the only reason why I called in. And I love your costume, too.
Thank you. Happy Rexoween to you.
You too, dude.
Jordan, appreciate it. All right, I got open phone lines for anyone who wants it. Please call in so we can continue the show. I understand it's the bye week, so we're a little light on some fresh topics, but we do have the report from Ian Rapoport that we played at the beginning of the show. For those tuning in late, I'm going to reset and then ask you the question, do you want to trade Breece or Quinnen? And if you do, what would you be willing to give up, or what would you need to be willing to get back to make it worthwhile?
Bring back Ian Rapoport. So, Ian, the Eagles and the Niners have already been active this week. What else are you hearing ahead of the trade deadline?
Sorry, Michael Carter went to the Eagles, slot corner from the Jets. Keon White went to the 49ers. Here are a couple big names to keep our eye on in what should be a hopefully spicy next couple days. Hasn't been the craziest trade deadline ever. Maybe everyone's saving it for Monday and Tuesday. I'll go to a couple big names from the Jets. Breece Hall and Quinnen Williams are drawing interest. Remains to be seen if the Jets get a massive offer for them. The Raiders are open to trading Jacoby Myers only for the right offer, not going to give him away. Certainly he has a market. Calvin Ridley would be potentially an option. Arden Key for the Titans. But here's one who is not going to be traded. Max Crosby from the Raiders, not going anywhere, which Mark Davis recently told him.
I mean, look, teams could call, but it's going to take a lot, I would think, to get either of those guys, right? I mean, Breece, you're going to need at least to give up a third at the bare minimum, I'd imagine, right? A day 2 pick. Because here's how teams view third-round picks. You're drafting a starter, right? So a half a year of Breece Hall for a starter. That's how NFL GMs look at a third-round pick. First-round pick, you're drafting, a above-average starter to a potential Pro Bowl player. Second-round pick, you're drafting a day 1 starter. Third-round pick, you're drafting a starter by year 2. That's kind of how it's been explained to me by, GMs or people that worked in front offices, like how they basically view draft capital, right? So a third-round pick for a guy that might not be here if a team knows they're not going to extend Breece, that's a lot. Now, would the Chiefs do it, though? They think they're that player away. I mean, the Jets don't have a third-round pick, so maybe they'd consider it, but I wouldn't trade Breece. I'd be working on keeping him. I think he's a good player. Eli Betts is in the raffle for 2.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Jake, what are your top 3 Halloween candies, and what are your thoughts on candy corn? It's weird. I used to like candy corn as a kid. Now I've had it recently, and I didn't like it. So I guess I grew out of the candy corn phase. I don't know. As far as my top 3 Halloween candies, I mean, if you get the full-size candy bar, tough to beat that one. I'm an M&M's guy. I like Skittles as well. Tough to go up against Sour Patch Kids. I don't know. It's tough to come up with just 3. Trying to think. Definitely M&M's is in there. Definitely Skittles. And I think I'll go with a Hershey classic, milk chocolate bar. But I also love their dark chocolate bar. Dave Brigga says candy corn creates dental issues. Well, no one said it's healthy, Dave. But it is Rexoween. Common Country checks in. Jets should give Breece 3 years, $12 million per, $30 million guaranteed, and lock him up. I agree. I'd keep him, man. Even if the guarantee is a little less than that, right? Like, James Cook got what guaranteed? He got $30 million guaranteed. Quinnen Williams with the Rams, $33 million, $11 million per, $23 million guaranteed. I think that's a good comp. 3 years, $33 million, $23 million guaranteed. Average annual salary, $11 million. I think that's a good comp for Breece. I'd keep him. Right? I understand, don't pay running backs. But you know what? Like, we're not talking about astronomical money for a team that has money to pay. Now, Quinnen Williams has better, career numbers than Breece, but he's on the Rams with McVay and Stafford. Phantom Green and White. Bobby calls them Sour Patch Kids. Well done. Jayquest says, Twitch is my favorite. I hate candy corn. Rick Kent, all candy creates dental issues. Not wrong. Jayquest says, could you see the Jets trading him when he comes back and signs with us? No, I don't think this is going to be like an Aroldis Chapman situation for the Jets, where the Yankees traded Chapman for Gleyber Torres, then re-signed Chapman. I'd be surprised. Hey, Paulie Dog, Paul Taxter in the Asmaniac raffle for another 5.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Hell yeah. For those who missed it, we got a sick giveaway today. Jets Legends is the giveaway. Of course, the great Nick Mangold, Darrelle Revis, Wayne Krubet, Curtis Martin, Joe Klecko, and Joe Willie Namath. Paul's memberships went to Bang Mateo, Paul Bruno, Daniel, Friday Jones, and Jonathan Rentis. Gator says, I love Breece, but he might be better off moving on. I really hope that's not the case. But he might want to stay, though, right? And I think the Jets see his value, so I'm not sure. Let's get back to your call, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, you're joining us right now from the attic is none other than...
Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets!
That's right. It's me, Bill Belichick, HC of the NYJ, 2026.
Beastbreaker, Belichick, Clifton. Is that you?
That's me. Everyone knows that the top candy that you can get when trick-or-treating is the king-size Snickers. Fantastic. You're going to flavor country.
Well done. Well done.
So, yeah, I mean, what about a Breece and a pick swap? You go Breece in a 4th for a 3rd.
Can I get an additional pick on top of that?
Like a 6th?
Yeah, or maybe like a 4th next year, like in 27.
And I don't know. But if you could extract in some way, shape, or form a third for Breece, you'd have to consider it, right?
Yes, I think you have to consider it. That said, I don't love the idea of just having Isaiah Davis and Braylon Allen as my backs next year. I'm not sold on Braylon Allen the way I think some are. I like him, but it's a lot of like potential that we haven't seen yet. And I feel like we've made this mistake as Jet fans where we go, oh, like this guy's going to break out and be all. And it's like, I feel like people say we overrate our players. I think that's an example of us potentially overrating a player. I think we're rightfully excited about guys like Garrett and Sauce and Breece and JJ. I don't think we've overrated them. I think we know they're good football players. I think we overrate the potential of guys like, oh, here's Braylon Allen. He's going to be awesome this year. And it was clear Breece was by far their best running back when Braylon was healthy.
Right. In that scenario, I think we're probably going back into the draft of the free agent market to fill out the running back room.
Right.
And
They've signed someone.
I kind of agree with you. I don't think it makes too much sense to trade Quinnen right now because I don't think we're going to get wowed by an offer in season. And if we were in the offseason, we would move on. But otherwise, we'd have to talk to him about what would make him happy to stay and what would make sense for both parties. It's killing me. It's another 9 days to game day, but when you've been losing as much as we have, it's in some ways it's kind of a nice break.
Yeah, we take a break from the pain for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, starting to look towards Cleveland a little bit. I think you can run on them. So like, that's the whole thing, right? Like, take the 2 weeks to prepare and see, what you need to do to refine some of the improvements that we saw on offense last week, and get some of these guys on defense that are thrust back into the limelight, like our undrafted free agent safety, and get Sauce back acclimated after the injury, and let's go. Let's take home another victory at home. This team is eminently beatable with a rookie quarterback. I appreciate your time, Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, Beastbreaker Clifton calling in. Yeah.
Abracadabra.
I gave Clifton a raffle ticket for the costume there. He won his Belichick. Oh, man. Cobalt Jet, who gifted a membership earlier, he is in the raffle now for 2 more. You have to at least try to keep Breece. He's more than just a regular back. He's a great receiver, too. That's an amazing piece for a young QB. You just got to see if he wants to stay. I think he does want to stay. I think he does. So, yeah. I mean, look, you have the franchise tag as well. If they can't agree to a contract, you have the tag. The franchise tag is the average of the top 5 running backs AAV. So, someone do some math here. Do 12.2 million plus 14 million plus 15 million plus 19 million plus 20.6 million and divide that by 5. Those would be the 5 highest paid running backs based on AAV for this year. That's Saquon, McCaffrey, Henry, Taylor, and Kamara. 1, 2, yep. And it's 1 year of that fully guaranteed inflicted against your cap, but it would keep Breece for at least another year. JQuest says, give those numbers again. We'll start from the top. 20.6, that's Saquon. 19, that's McCaffrey. 15, that's Henry. 14, that's Taylor. 12.2, that's Kamara. Average that because they're the top 5 at the running back spot, and that's what the tag number would be. So I would keep them. I've said it. I would keep them. More calls. Josh is next. Hello, Josh.
What's up, Jake? Day off from school on Halloween. Thought I'd call in.
Day off from school. What's the occasion?
Halloween.
You guys get off for Halloween?
Yeah, there's like the teachers have like meetings, but we get off. Yeah.
Really? I never had off for Halloween growing up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm happy, I guess.
Is that an every year thing?
Yeah, but our school has 2 football games, so I'll be going to that in a couple of hours.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yep, it's a thing. But I wanted to build off what Mr. Clifton said earlier. I think that those those guys that you listed before, like McCaffrey, Kamara, all them, Brees doesn't deserve that type of money. I did like in my head that's what about 15 a year. That's not exactly it, but I don't think Brees deserves 15 a year for a running back who's declining. So okay, 16 a year. So at this
Amanda
point,
Madison, who is very smart, she went to Penn, so we'll take her word for it. 16.2 million would be the AAV there.
all right. So at this point, third, fourth round pick, I'll take it. Brees is gone. I think this season, I think we've all given up on this season. So I think a third for Brees is pretty appropriate.
Yeah, I would try and keep him if I could. I really would.
Yeah, and then I also wanted to look ahead to this offseason, and I know it's a little bit far away, but I feel like a name that's kind of flown under the radar is AVT. I'm in favor of paying him. You're going to have to pay him next to nothing because of all the injuries. Bring him back. He's been great when he's been out on the field, and I think John Simpson has his contract expiring. So if you can get a healthy AVT for that cheap, I am 100% bought into that.
I guess it would depend on the number. I'm not against it. I would just need to know, like, how much am I investing? Also, what do you do with Simpson? Do you try and keep him and keep the offensive line together for another year for continuity purposes? So that rookie quarterback coming in is playing with an offensive line that is pretty good.
That's tough, but I think you could pay AVT backup money. Like, that's my point. He's not getting anywhere close to what he deserves for when he's healthy.
Top NFL guard contracts. Let's take a look at where the top guards are at and kind of what that would look like. So the top guard is Trey Smith of the Chiefs. He's making $23.5 million. AVT is actually among the top paid guards this year because he's on the 5th-year option. And he was a first-round pick. So he's making 3.9. So let's say $4 million this year. Last year of his rookie deal. Let's say, I mean, would you give AVT a 1-year, $7 or $8 million contract? Like I would.
Yeah, I probably would. I'd keep him around, and I think that there's not going to be much interest for him elsewhere, so you might even be able to bargain him down a little more. But yeah, that's a big thing as far as trade deadline. Brees, third round pick, and I'm saying sayonara. And it's not that it is going to be a struggle the rest of the year to fill it out. Davis has obviously shown positive signs so far. It's going to be a struggle to figure out what to do with the running back room with Braylon still injured, but I think that's a case where you just refresh it in the 4th round. Like Giants just took Scatterboo in the 5th round, and when he was healthy, he was the best young running back we've seen in a while. So I think there's a lot to be said about the value that you can get out of a day 2, day 3 running back.
Agreed. It's just easier said than done, though.
Right.
Look at recent 3rd-round running backs. It hasn't been great.
Yeah. But I mean, the Jets have always had a rotating room of running backs. I mean, Arizona's starting running backs is just recycled Jets running backs. It's Bam Knight, it's Michael Carter. So they've had a rotation of guys that they haven't kept for long. But you can get quality running backs in day 2, and that's not something I'm worried about. And if it doesn't go to plan, it doesn't go to plan. You still have yourself a 3rd round pick that you gain out of it.
Yeah, I don't know if they could get a 3rd from him, though. That's the thing. And if I can't get at least a 3rd,
4th I'd take. That
I
might be
wouldn't.
against many Jet fans' logic. 4th I'd take.
I would keep him. So wait a second. You called in on a day you're off from school to slander Breece Hall to the Asman.
No. See, this is the problem. I have nothing against Breece Hall. I love Breece Hall. I was at the watch party on Sunday. Awesome. 2 touchdowns and the pass to Mason Taylor. That was awesome. However, this is a 1-7 football team. You do what's best in the interest for this team in the long run.
Is
Maybe
a 4th
Breece
the best interest, though? I don't think it is. I'd rather keep Breece and see if they can win some games here and start establishing winning habits these next 9 weeks.
Yeah, you're not buying me in that. A good 4th round pick for versus 8 weeks of a above average running back. Like I would take the 4th round pick.
You would take I don't know, man. A 4th round pick, like Look at Jets history in the 4th round. It's not great. I rather.
I'm right on the cusp. If you get a third, 100%. Bye.
A third, I understand. A third could be a legit starter for you, right? Like
Yeah.
A fourth this year was Arian Smith. You happy with him? Like I rather keep Breece Hall, who I know is good.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I would love to keep Breece Hall, but then again, like I said, I think the franchise tag is way more than what Breece Hall is worth when you list the 5 guys that are getting that type of money.
So see if you could do a 2-year deal for around $12 million as a compromise.
Oh, that would work. Well, that's $6 a year. So you got to avoid the franchise tag with Breece because that's just overvalued.
In total, $24 million total. So it'd be $12 million a year. Your cap goes up every year. So I'm basing it off James Cook's deal. He's at 11.5. I'd say you're the next guy up at the position. We'll give you $12 million because you've been a good soldier throughout all the losing.
Yeah. I would say yes if I didn't think Isaiah Davis could be, a solid running back in the future. I'm on your train. I'm not so bought in on Braylon Allen yet. I think he could be something like, a power back, like what Patrick Ricard was, almost a fullback. But I'm not bought in on Braylon Allen yet. I'm with you on that.
Where's your costume, Josh? You had the day off from school and there's no costume?
Well, I'm not doing a costume this year. I'm doing the play-by-play football for my school this evening. So that's my Halloween.
You're doing the play-by-play? So what's the game? How could people tune in to hear you on the mic?
It should be on the Xavier live stream, so that's our school's YouTube channel. It's JV playoffs at 4:30, and then varsity has their last game of the regular season. So, should be an exciting one.
You're calling both games?
Yes, sir.
And this is Xavier High School?
Yep.
And where's Xavier High School? That's in the city?
Yeah, it's in 16th Street.
Nice. I love it. Well, you have a great call tonight, all right?
All right, thanks, Jake.
Channel your inner Bob Lashusen.
I will. No, Bob's the best. 100%. Bob is the best.
Can you give us a little play-by-play, a little mock sample, what we could expect?
Of what? What should I be calling?
Call whatever you want. Why don't you call the Breece Hall touchdown?
All right. Fields is in the shotgun with the Jets break out of the 2-minute warning. Breece Hall has it, runs right, pump fakes, throws now to the back of the end zone for Mason Taylor, who makes the grab. Jets take the lead with a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it. Josh, you're a natural. Good luck tonight, all right?
Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it.
Let's go eat a damn snack.
Yeah.
Formation. And now Ruckert motions right. The lone setback, Breece Hall. Toss sweep to the right. Breece Hall, he's going to throw the ball. Pumps once, throws back in the end zone. It's caught! Mason Taylor! The option pass right by Breece Hall for a touchdown! 52 seconds to go. Flacco, empty backfield in the shotgun at the 44 of Cincinnati. He's back to throw. Throws one high over the middle, and it pops up in the air, almost intercepted. A handoff, and this time the Jets shut the door. 36 seconds to go. Under some pressure, lobs one to the near side, incomplete. Flacco, shotgun, 5-man rush, looks over the middle, throws low, and it's incomplete! In and out of the hands of Yosivas! The Jets are gonna win it!
Hell yeah. Bob is so good, man. It's a shame that this team has been so bad the last 15 years and we don't get more epic calls from him because he's capable of being so good in those big moments, man. God. By the way, watching that clip back, how dumb was the play call by Zach Taylor to call the draw against the Jets? That was so bad.
It's time the Jets shut the door. 36 seconds. Intercepted. A handoff.
2nd and 10, 41 seconds left. They're completely overthinking this. Look where they were on the field already. Flacco had the ball. They're already at the Jet 49-yard line here on 1st and 10, right? Like we all thought at this point, 48 seconds to go, they're at the Jet 30 or 49-yard line. 3 timeouts.
At the 44 of Cincinnati, he's back to throw. Throws one high over the middle.
Okay, they're at the 44, but still.
And it pops up in the air, almost intercepted. A handoff, and
And then, so they're at the 44, and they called the draw at 2nd and 10 with 40 seconds to go.
This time the Jets shut the door. 36 seconds to go. Under some pressure. Lobs one to the near side. Incomplete. Flacco. Shotgun. 5-man rush. Looks over the middle. Throws. Low. And it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Yosivas. The Jets are going to win it.
Unreal. Hey, we'll take the win. We'll take the win, baby. Let's go.
Who want to fly with them Jets?
Dylan says Jake knows yardage like AJ. Hey, hand up. I was bad at yardage there, but I'm not the head coach of the Jets. I pulled an Aaron Glenn. Jake knows yardage like AJ. Yeah, I was pretty off there. Spencer says Jake clowned AG for field goal knowledge. Okay, yes, I clearly screwed up there. I'm not the head coach of an NFL team. I'm allowed to screw up. I never said I would do a better job than Aaron Glenn, but I'm not an Oscar-winning director either, and I can tell you what's a good movie and what's not a good movie. All right? Eli says, Jake, what are the odds you could raffle off one of those vests AG wears? See, I don't know if the Jets sell those vests. I haven't seen it. ISU says, then don't dress like one. Hey, it's Rex-O-Ween, people. Jake, pull up the pick again.
Off, and this time the Jets shut.
Hold on, let's see. Why did I screw up the yardage so badly? Why did I think they were at the 49? Oh. Well, I thought they were at the 49 because I saw the line right there. But why did I
44 of Cincinnati is back to throw.
Oh, okay. See, I got confused because you see the line right there, the white. I thought that was the midfield marker. That's why I got confused. Just like looking at it real quick. I got confused. I got thrown off by that. Because Cincinnati has this weird thing where they have the two white lines at what looks like, I guess that's like the 45-yard line. So that threw me off. Because I saw the logo and then the white line. That's why I screwed it up. Like from this angle, I thought that's why I thought they were at the 49. But whatever. I'm not an NFL head coach, though, damn it. Oh, man. A couple super chats here, then we're going to get back to your calls. DTK says, is Jake wearing the Rex Ryan vest? You're damn right I am. Now, I bought on eBay the Jets' old logo sticker here. Way too big. It's like a bumper sticker. I didn't realize the size of the sticker. So the sticker is like way too big than what Rex actually had, and his was like actually stitched on when he was the Jet coach. But I'm doing my best here on Rex-O-Ween. Mike Perez with a super chat. I don't feel comfortable giving Breece more than anything, more than $11 million per year, but also not sold on our running back room without Breece. So this is tough. That's why I say, if he wants to be here and you could work something out in that range, keep him, because you're not finding a better player than Breece Hall. If you're only going to get a 4th-round pick, I don't even think a 3rd-round pick's available. I think if it was, they would have made the deal by now. I would look to keep him. Flanagan Flight Crew says, gun to your head, do the Jets trade JJ, Will McDonald, or Breece? Also, if they don't trade Breece, is it safe to assume extension? I don't think it's safe to assume extension. I think if they don't trade Breece Hall, you have to keep him next year, whether it's on the tag or an extension. I think if you already know there's no chance you're keeping him, then you have to trade him if you're going to get at least a 3rd and even maybe a 4th. If you know there's no way you're paying him, which I disagree with, but if you think, like, you have to think about it like that. But I don't know what Muji and Glenn's thought process is there yet. Spencer Green says, I already read that one. Spencer Green, I got you in the raffle. Spencer Green. Another 2 entries for him. Yes, Aaron Glenn should know the field goal yardage when he's standing on the sideline. Me looking at a clip off Twitter, a little different, but I see your point. Jets landing. Finch just fired GM. Is McDaniels next? Interesting. They fired Greer. Let's take a look at Twitter right now and see what happened. No other changes to the coaching staff. Champ Kelly, who ran the Raiders most recently, is the new interim GM. A mutual parting. Come on. See, it's going to be fascinating if the Dolphins have a full-on fire sale because they're headed towards a rebuild. They got veterans that they could trade. The Jets, it's not a full teardown. It's not. Like, they got some players they've already signed that are young. They want to be here. They got guys in the last year of their deal, so that's why Breece and Quincy are going to be in trade talks. But they're not going to, like, trade a young ascending player in Jermaine Johnson or Will McDonald, for example. Whereas the Dolphins, you could see them trading Bradley Chubb, who's a vet, or Matthew Judon, who's a veteran, or Jalen Phillips. You could see those guys being traded. I mean, Chris Carrier's been with the Dolphins a long time. He was there since 2000 and served as their GM since 2016. It was time. It is going to be fascinating to see what happens down the stretch because I think Miami and the Jets are going to be right there for that number 1 pick. If we look at the Tankathon standings, right? And this hasn't been updated to reflect Miami losing last night, but Miami's now 2-7. There's clearly, to me, 5 brutal teams that are all jockeying for the number 1 pick. The Saints, the Jets, the Titans, the Dolphins, and one of either Cleveland or Vegas. If the Jets beat Cleveland, Cleveland's going to be right there in the mix because then the Jets would have 2 wins and so would Cleveland. So we got to see. Jets, Saints, Titans, Miami, all for sure vying for the number 1 pick. I think Cleveland, low-key, the Raiders have sucked too, but I don't think they're as bad as some of those teams I mentioned. All right, back to your calls, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say hello right now to a man that needs no introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, we bring this guy on, but first we issue a warning.
Warning! Warning! Allen alert! Shit's about to get ugly, folks. Warning! Allen alert! Hide the children!
Morning, Jake. First of all, the Tankathon update. The Tankathon is updated, actually. They're both at 0.492, all 3 teams. The same.
Yeah, so I'm saying I haven't taken a screenshot and updated it yet, but yes, I will do it right now.
All updated. As far as the trade deadline is concerned, I keep hearing people tell me that they want Quincy back and they shouldn't trade Quincy. Again, when they gave Sherwood the $45 million over 3 years, it marked the end of Quincy for after this season. I think he's gone. So if you can get one of San Francisco's 4ths, again, they have 4 of them. I think it's a no-brainer.
I would do it for a 4th. I agree with you.
As far as Breece is concerned, I'd watch for the Chiefs, especially with Pacheco out this week. I would not be surprised if the Chiefs offer a 4 or even a 3 to go get Breece. And I think that's the move to make. I don't believe it's a rarity for me to give running back second contracts, especially one coming off injuries. I just don't think he's the right guy to give a second contract to. I know people love him and people are gung-ho about him. I just don't know if that contract would age well with Breece. And if you can get a 4th round pick.
He's 24, Alan. He'll be 25 next year.
I understand that. You could restart the clock. And I would rather restart the clock and go get a 4th round running back than give Breece $12 to $15 million a year. That's just my opinion. I know a lot of people want Breece back. And
I think 12 to 13 would be my limit when you start looking at some of the other contracts.
I think he's going to look at the James Cook contract at 4 for 46 with 30 million guaranteed. That's the one that I think would make a lot of sense for Breece. But I would not be surprised if Breece asks for more. Again, coming back to this organization where they have not won in a while, I would not be surprised if Breece would want to come back, but will want more money to come back to this organization.
Larry says he'd like to restart the caller's clock.
Don't worry, I'm going to get off in a couple of seconds. That's fine. And another
Boomtown
thing,
says, wasn't Breece traded in the middle of the last week as you predicted, Alan?
he should have been. I'm surprised he hasn't been. I'm very surprised he hasn't been. I would not
that
wait
tells
till
me
the
they're not getting anything more than probably like a fifth.
I would wait to see what happens with Kansas City this weekend. They have no Pacheco this weekend, and I think that seems to be the right fit for Breece if he gets traded. I would not be surprised if a fourth is out there, and if the fourth is out there, I would trade him. I would. I know people love Breece. I don't think he's a top 5 running back anymore. I think he's around a 10 to 15 running back in the league. So I don't know if he's really worth a $12 million per year contract.
Yeah, but where are you finding a better running back than him?
You can find running backs anywhere.
You really can't, though. Yeah, you really can't. We say that you can't.
Okay. Bucky Irving was a 4th round pick.
Okay.
Quinnen Williams was a 4th round pick.
Okay.
And especially with the amount of money they've spent on this offensive line, I mean, you can find any running back who could be successful with his offensive line.
But Breece is different, man.
I don't know if Breece is different anymore. I know Breece played great against a junior high school defense last week. I get it, but I don't see Breece as that game breaker anymore.
So a 4th round pick from the Chiefs, which is at the bottom of the 4th round, you would still trade him?
I would. Yes, I would.
See, I disagree. If I get a 3rd, I see your argument. A 4th, I wouldn't do it.
For him, again, I don't see the Jets being competitive next year either, unfortunately. And I would rather get the young players. I'd rather start anew at that position. And I like Isaiah Davis as a 3rd down back. I don't know what you're going to get from Braylon next year. You can find running backs anywhere. And you can find a running back in the 4th round rather than give Breece the 12 to 13 or 12 to 14 million dollars that he wants. So that's pretty much it.
What did you go for Halloween as, Alan?
I go as myself, as the Grinch. That's pretty much it. I'm fine with that. I appreciate my role. I appreciate my role as the Grinch. Always a pleasure, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alan.
Alan alert, fraud alert, curmudgeon alert, Alan alert. Nobody likes this shit bag.
Thank you, Alan. Ladies and gentlemen, back to your calls. But first, I'd be remiss if I didn't stop and shout out Janice. I completely bookmarked this and didn't get to it. Janice Jet, the great Janice Jet, a 10 spot for the community, the first person to send in 10. And in honor of Rex Ryan, hit it.
Here we come, baby. Here we come. Here come the Jets, baby.
Love it. Happy Rex-O-ween to all. Janice, you're in our raffle for 10. For those who missed the announcement, we have secured our top prize on Tuesday. It is a signed Nick Mangold football, followed by a signed Wayne Corbett football and a signed Justin Fields jersey. We also are giving away a Jets Legends jersey today on the show. You pick the player: Joe Namath, Joe Klecko, Curtis Martin, Wayne Corbett, Darrelle Revis, or Nick Mangold. Tom says, dressed as Sexy Rexy, do you have a foot fetish for your women's feet too? Hey now. It's Rex-O-ween. Do I have a foot fetish? I mean, if I want the costume to be authentic, I kind of have to, right? Isn't that how that works? But no, I do not. We love you, Rex. And I thought Rex's tribute to Nick Mangold on Countdown on Sunday after the news broke was fantastic. Speaking of Rex, hit it, Rex.
Oh, yeah. You know what time it is. You tried to throw him away, but this man's coming back. Sometimes he's fat or thin. That waistband makes him slim. He's got the fix you need. They call him Sexy Rexy.
Fuck Gruden, he's no Jet. I'm here to crack some skulls. I'll turn these boys to men. This team is stacked with pros. Hire me, you won't break your purse. I'm here to break the curse. They call me Sexy Rexy. Fuck all you naysayers.
Ooh, sexy.
He's such a sexy, sexy. He's such a sexy, sexy. He's such a sexy, sexy. He's such a sexy.
Happy Rexoween, Jet fans. Let's go eat a goddamn snack. Robin Boy Wonders has gifted a channel membership. He is in the Asmaniac raffle.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
I got Neil texting me asking for the call-in. Like, Neil, not only is it pinned, but I put it in the chat again, and I just texted it to you. So there you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, a Neil call could be coming. 13 points or more. But first, Macho is next on the program. What's up, Macho?
How's it going, Jake? How you doing, man?
What's up, Macho? You're a Lakers Jet fan, so you experience joy in winning with one franchise and nothing but pain with the other.
Listen, you need balance in life. That's the key to life right there. I just wanted to get on to talk a little bit of trade, a little bit of next year planning. Obviously, we have to look into next year the way that this season is going. I love the Michael Carter trade. I love that we got off his contract. Obviously, I wish we would have got a little bit of a better wide receiver in return, but I'm not mad at John Mechie. I mean, he's had a lot of issues coming into the season, coming into the NFL. And I think that now he actually is on the team where he's going to be able to get some burn, get some play time. He kind of got played out in Texans with those boys kind of bringing him down in the depth chart. He didn't really get to play. Then going to the Philadelphia Eagles, he didn't really have a chance playing there either. So with us, he's going to have some burn, get to see what he can do. And then if he doesn't work out, then we move on with him next year. But that Michael Carter contract was looking very bad. Do you think that that's more so his injury, or was that more so he's not really fitting this defensive scheme this year with this new coaching staff?
I think it's a combination of injury for sure, because he hadn't been the same player last year when he was playing through injuries.
Right.
And I think this year it's a combination of scheme maybe not being the best fit, his contract, him being clearly overpaid. They were not going to keep him at the cap hit he was going to be under. They can get out of that deal for just $2 million against their cap after the year. And Brownlee took his job. They made the move for Brownlee, and he's been really good. So he became expendable. I like Michael Carter. I wish him well. It's just one of those things where it because of the injuries and things kind of just happening, there really wasn't a real role for him. So good for him. He gets to go to a team that has a legitimate chance to win a Super Bowl now. So I'm sure he's thrilled with where he got sent.
Yeah, I think that worked out perfect for both teams there. Obviously, like you say, he gets to play for a Super Bowl. And then it kind of helps the Eagles too, unfortunately, which I don't like helping the Eagles. But ultimately, we have to think about ourselves first. So getting off that contract was major. And a herniated disc is not really something that's going to get better over time anyway. So to be able to get off that made sense. Brownlee has, like you said, been playing amazing. He's actually ranked second in slot coverage this year so far and top 5 in defense since he's joined us. So I think also it's kind of a similar situation with Brownlee and Michael Carter, where Brownlee was taken by the last regime. He did pretty well his rookie season. And then this year with that new regime coming in and it not fitting, it was kind of that perfect fit for us. So maybe that works the same for Michael Carter. But I do wish him the best because he's gave us some great years. And then also for Breece Hall, people trying to trade Breece Hall, we can't do that. We can't do it at all. We have a rookie quarterback coming in next year. Pretty high chance of it. We need to surround him with as many weapons as possible to try to help him kind of progress throughout the year. We're terrible when it comes to bringing in rookies and trying to bring them along. So we have to learn from our mistakes and try to keep as many weapons as possible, not just on offense, but on defense too. I don't want Quincy to go. I do not. And I feel like us letting him walk or trading him for something like a fourth may upset Quinnen. I would be scared to lose both of them at the same time.
Well, Quinnen's under contract, so you wouldn't lose them. With Quincy, I think it's a matter of you go to him and say, hey, we're not going to sign you because we already made our Sherwood investment. Let's give you an opportunity to go somewhere where you could win. The Niners make sense. They have plenty of 4th-round picks. They lost Fred Warner. Sal is obviously there. If they said, hey, we'll give you a 4th for Quincy, I would do it because the 4th's a lot for a guy who's going to be 30 and is not in all likelihood here next year.
We did kind of shoot ourselves in the foot there with that Sherwood contract to where
Yeah,
it's like,
and look, hand up. I thought it was the right decision. I thought Sherwood was a young ascending player who was going to be, only getting better, but he's had a bad year. Hopefully he has a good second half here. I mean, Stevens turned his season around. Maybe Sherwood could do the same thing.
Stevens, since I believe week 4, is like the top ranked cornerback in the NFL right now.
He's playing well. Yeah, he's playing well.
Incredible. And I think a lot of that also comes to Jermaine Johnson coming back, because he came back, I believe, week 5. That kind of got the defense rolling a little bit more too.
At least for the 2 games before this past week.
Yes, yeah, when we held them down to 13 2 weeks in a row.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that Bengals offense is really good. I understand Joe Flacco is old as hell, but he can still sling it, and he got some weapons. He got some weapons over there.
For sure.
Also, that draw play for the Bengals game, I wouldn't have done it, but I think their thought process to that was they were kind of gashing us on the ground. We could not stop P. Ryan or Chase Brown on the ground, so maybe they thought they'd be able to sneak off another first down. Excuse me. But either way, I'm just glad we got the win. There was a couple mistakes on the Bengals side that we kind of capitalized on, which we haven't been able to capitalize on anybody's mistakes this season. So thankfully, we finally came through. And then next year, we have $97 million in cap space. I think we have to keep that in mind when we're trying to get rid of some of these players.
It's going to be a little less than that, right, when some of these deals kick in and whatnot. Okay. I heard $75 million, though, so not that far off. They're going to have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then a lot of that is also Aaron Rodgers, his hard cap. So 2027 that comes off?
Yep.
That's about, what, $35 million on the books?
Next year, $35 million for Rodgers, correct.
Right. So we have a lot of money to play with. If I want to keep Breece Hall, I want to extend him. Like you said, he's only 24. I like Braylon Allen a lot, but he's coming off a serious knee injury. We don't know what he's going to look like. Isaiah Williams look good. But, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I appreciate you, man.
Are you a first-time caller, Macho?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Macho, where you been, man? I'm putting you in the raffle for 2 for being a first-time caller. And you got a great setup, dude. So you got to call more.
I definitely will. I love the show.
Macho, check it in. Love that. Great setup. He's in our raffle for 2 as a first-time caller. Also, if you call in a costume on either show today, you know what you get? You get a raffle ticket for that on Halloween. I'm dressed up as Sexy Rexy.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Yeah. All right. We're going to get to more of your calls. But first, a little throwback on Halloween. On this day a year ago, the Asmaniacs were at MetLife and watched Garrett Wilson make
rush.
The greatest.
Rodgers to the end zone. And Wilson, can he one-handed and stay in bounds?
Oh, my God.
They say he was out.
He was not out. He was in, baby.
Lassiter covering on the play. Almost a catch for the ages.
Unreal. Hey, question. Can you guys hear the sound as I'm playing that there? Because I don't know if you can when I'm doing the screen share. Someone let me know in the chat if you heard Al Michaels' call while that was playing.
Rodgers to the end zone.
You guys can hear it, right?
And Wilson, can he one-handed and stay in bounds?
I can't go full screen
they
with
say
it.
He was out.
Because YouTube doesn't let you show stuff, so
covering on the play.
We got to show it through Twitter instead.
A catch for the ages.
Yeah, the only he's going to go for the 50. The only chance would be the knee if it came down. He has the ball. What a catch!
This was unbelievable.
Waiting for that other foot just doesn't get
God,
down.
do I miss Aaron Rodgers?
Close. That's what the crowd is reacting
Oh
to.
my God, what a catch by Garrett!
Four-man rush.
Unreal. One more.
Rodgers to the end zone. And Wilson, can he one-handed and stay in bounds? They say he was out.
Unreal. Unreal. God. What a night that was, huh? Jets won. They were 2-6 going into the game. I thought they were not going to win, but they did. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, stop what you're doing and sing along.
Get ready for Neil. He will make 13 points about the New York Jets and maybe hump a Patriots jersey. Get ready for Neil. He's proudly smoking a big fat cigar and burning his house to the ground. That's me.
Hello, Jake. This is what I'm going to look like by the time we finally make it to the Super Bowl. I don't think it's going to happen, so I'm sending in this person here to talk about the Jets. Anyhow, happy Halloween to everybody. And I have a shirt here for Alan. I want him to wear for Halloween. There he is. There's
Well
Alan.
done. Well done.
I want to show you guys. I want to show you something, Jake. This is like a big holiday. My Michelle loves this holiday. Okay, we look at. Check this out. Check this out. Hang on a second. This has been prepared. This is what's getting handed out tonight to about. We get about 75 to 100 people that come to the house.
Wow.
For Halloween. Okay, everyone that comes to the Halloween dinner house at my house gets this goodie bag right here. Okay. And Michelle put a bunch of these together, as you could see. See all these goodie bags?
Wow. You guys go all out for Halloween.
There's 65 of these goodie bags. Each goodie bag, I'll tell you what's inside. Each goodie bag has one Starburst. We got one of these mini, what the hell is this? Cheese balls. Then they get some cheddar goldfish.
Love that.
They get a Hershey bar.
You give out cigars as well, Neil?
No. To the fathers, I give a cigar. If the father comes, I give him a cigar. And they get one of these pretzels. And they get a Kit Kat. That's all. And then sometimes they have this. These are good. The Oreos. What do you think of those, Jake?
I love it. All right, you guys go all out.
That's one. Each person that comes to the door gets a bag full of those kits.
That's elite. That's elite. I mean, you
That's
got to be the
elite,
best
right?
house. You got to be the best house in the neighborhood.
Oh,
My God.
forget it. Everybody comes here nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Michelle sometimes dresses up as a witch, and she invites them in. What I do, one year I sat by the door with a sheet on my head with a thing on, right? And I looked like, just like a regular, something that you put next to the door, right? So they ring the doorbell and they look at me and I stand up. Whoa, they go crazy. We love it, man. I love Halloween. Great holiday. And that's it. That's all I got. I just want to tell everybody happy Halloween, eat a lot of candy, and let's go Jets.
I love it. Neil, I'm putting you in the raffle. Well done.
These goddamn exploding cigars. I gotta go, Jake. I'll call back later. Shit.
You call in a costume, you get a raffle ticket across both shows today. And our top prize is officially a Nick Mangold related item. It's a Nick Mangold signed football from Coast to Coast Collectibles. End of the show today, we're giving away a Jets jersey of your choosing from any of these legends: Nick Mangold, Darrelle Revis, Wayne Corbett, Curtis Martin, Joe Klecko, and Broadway Joe. Robin Boy Wonders, he is in our raffle for one.
I hug him every day. I hug him every day.
Hugs for everybody on Halloween. Tremendous. All right, going to get back to your calls, but throughout the show this week, we've been paying homage, of course, to the great Nick Mangold. So here's a little bit of some of my conversations in the past during Nick Mangold's various times he's been on the Jake Asman Show. Enjoy.
Let me ask you this, Nick, because obviously when the Jets acquired you in the draft back in 2006, it was very unique because they had to trade up to make that happen. So kind of take us back to what you remember draft night or I guess it was still during the day when you were a player, of course. Take us back to that 2006 NFL draft that you were a part of.
Yeah, it was a wild time. And I joke all the time. I actually missed the beginning of the draft because I thought it started at 1 and it started at noon. So I was on the golf course when it started. And my mom called me and was like, hey, the draft started. I'm like, oops. So we finished the round. I don't think I did that well. But got home and then had to sit there and wait it out, and really had no idea what was going to happen. And you know, when it did happen, when I got the call, it was crazy. You know, it was a big whirlwind. You talked to Eric Mangini, you talked to Mike Tannenbaum, and it was awesome. It was a really neat experience. And so since I missed the beginning of the draft, I had no idea that Shaw Ferguson was drafted at number 4 before me. So I didn't find out till like Monday that we were teammates.
Nick, do you remember what your first big purchase was after you signed your first contract in the NFL?
I bought a watch. That was the first thing that I bought. I still have it, which I'm excited about. And then after that, it was an apartment, which was a terrible idea. We ended up moving like 2.5 years later. We bought at the height of the market. Market crashed in 2008, and we moved to Jersey in 2008. So that was great timing for me. But hindsight's 20/20 on these things.
Nick, let me ask you about your experience in 2008 with the Jets. And, of course, the Brett Favre trade, and he comes on board in August. You're the one snapping the football to Brett Favre. Your thoughts on that whole experience?
Brett showed up when we were already at a preseason game in Cleveland, Ohio. It was crazy then, back in 2008, when Brett just showed up. I remember the first practice. We had a fumble snap. It was his fault, not mine, obviously. And Mangini had us run a lap. And I remember when we got back into the locker room, one of the equipment guys said, well, your lap is already up on YouTube. And I think YouTube had just started maybe the year before. I was like, I don't even know what YouTube is. Someone had recorded it and put it up there. So it was definitely a whole whirlwind of craziness.
You're the perfect person to ask all things Hard Knocks to, because you were a part of the 2010 team with Rex Ryan that obviously did the show, and you guys went to the championship game that season. What do you remember the most about being on Hard Knocks back in 2010?
Just the excitement level of it, you know, being the team that's showcased and some of the antics that go on through it. One of the biggest takeaways for me personally was the amount of production that went into it. From, you know, they're filming all the time. So they film, I think the show airs on Tuesdays. They're filming, you know, Tuesday through, I think it's usually they kind of cut out Sunday. And they got to take all that film, they got to chop it all up, make a whole TV show and pump it out. And the ability to do that is impressive, like watching the whole machine. I don't think as players, it's a great opportunity because you get to showcase your personality and some of the antics that go on. I know the coaches don't particularly care for it because they find it as a distraction, but I mean, there's so many cameras around as it is. It really just kind of blends in. Probably about after the first day, you don't even notice it anymore. And it just becomes, second or old nature. It's going to be fun for me now as a fan, being able to watch it. I didn't really like watching it when I was playing because you see some of the inner workings. You're like, I know that guy. Like, they're talking about him getting cut. Like, that's weird.
Is there a memory?
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Shout out to Nick Mangold. The full clips that I'm playing there are available on my YouTube channel. We put out a little best of Nick Mangold earlier this week, so check that out if you want more. Black Gypsy gifting a membership. He is in the raffle now for 1. Let's go. All right, let's get to your remaining calls here. Remember, you call in a costume, you get a raffle ticket today. Adam is too cool is next. Hello, Adam.
Hello, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, Adam.
What am I?
I don't know what you are.
I'm a bootleg Kung Fu Panda.
All right. That works.
Yeah, I know. Just slap some stuff together, and here I am. So happy Halloween. And I like that 1-year anniversary of the last, win that was kind of a fool's gold win. I hope that our win against Cincinnati is not like that, where it's like the last gasp before a disappointing rest of the season. I hope we don't trade Breece. I just don't. I think we should extend him. If anything, I'm on your bandwagon on that front, and I don't think we really should trade any of our stars. I mean, you know how hard it is for us to even find them, so we really just need to keep them. And let's hope that if we can make some acquisitions like we did with Mechie, I think that's really smart. We pushed out Carter, we got in Mechie. I think we're going to see more of that. And you know what? I think that's the most pragmatic way to go.
Look, we need to see continued improvement. We need to make sure that the game Sunday was not just one outlier game. You brought up the Halloween game last year. Remember what the Jets did for an encore with 10 days to prepare? They no-showed against the Cardinals the following week. Remember that embarrassing performance?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
it's like that easily could be the Jets Sunday where they lose a terrible game to a bad team. And, it's an ugly game. I could so see it. That's why I think this Browns game, we learn a lot.
Yeah, and the other thing is, I don't think we really talked about the schedule, but like it's good that they chose the bye week to be this week instead of after the London game, because this gauntlet of games between Cleveland and then New England, isn't New England like a couple days later, 4 days later, and then they play the Ravens? Is that I think those are the next 3 games, right?
They gotta win games.
Yeah.
And it has to happen now, right? It can't be, we beat the Saints and Bills to win our final 2 of 3. Like, no, man, win games now. Like, you got a lot of winnable games coming up, and don't get embarrassed when you play the Pats in primetime. Like, compete, show that you're really improving.
I think the win against if we can beat the Browns, the momentum heading into the Patriots game would be pretty good. Pretty good. I'd be good to see how we turn up against them, and you never know. But one game at a time, one foot in front of the other, and stay calm.
Mr. Kung Fu Panda, job well done.
Thank you.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Hey now. More of your calls right now. Happy Beast Oween.
Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets!
Good morning, Vietnam! Hey, this is not a test. This is rock and roll. Rocking from the Delta to the DMZ. Is it just me or is it just me? Oh, viva, viva la name. Viva la name. Viva la name. And get a rope and hey, man! Well, it's a beautiful morning, and is it too early or is it just too early? Now, let's put on some Martha and the Vendettas. Well, don't wait for some people if they had a little bit of a hangover, and we'll have to increase the speed of it. Don't ask, we have to add the tabernacle choir. Yes, from many miles away. But we're about to get down and get funky. Now it's Halloween. Enjoy the great day, enjoy the time, and enjoy this. Ain't the lovely weather just beautiful? Now, I'm about to catch my bus, hit those Menards, and enjoy the day. Seize the day. Hakuna Matata.
Beast, thank you. Happy Halloween. Man, what a call. Jeffrey says, hoping everyone has a happy Halloween, makes the most of their bye weekend. Hey, the Jets can't lose this weekend, baby. We cannot be defeated. ISU says, launching into a Good Morning Vietnam monologue in public at top volume is certainly a choice. He is beast, baby. Chad says, Jake, were you on Bart and Carlin yesterday? I was not. I am filling in for Bart on Tuesday, though, Chad, so you can hear me and Carlin from 10 to 1. And I have the radio show Sunday with Tannenbaum. So you can hear me on ESPN New York, and you're ready for all the NFL games in Week 9. That's coming up from 8 to noon on Sunday, baby. So be ready to roll. We are caught up on Super Chats. Excellent. PBM says, you think people see Beast today and think he's in a constant? Maybe. Spencer Green says, Lakers money line. Lock. Stone Cold Reeves Austin. Austin Reeves has been playing out of his mind, though, Spencer. And it's kind of crazy. It really is. Yes, in honor, by the way, of filling in for Bart Scott, I give you this.
To all the non-believers. How did that? To all the non-believers. Anybody can be beat. We're pissed off. People gave us no chance, like we barely made it in playoffs. We're a good football team. For all you non-believers, disrespect us, talk crap about the defense like we ain't the third best defense in the league. All we hear is about their defense. They can't stop a nosebleed. 25th in the league, and we the one to get disrespected.
Congratulations. See you in Pittsburgh.
Can't wait.
January 11th, 2000. Or excuse me, January 16th, 2011. The greatest day of my life. The last time the Jets won a playoff game. Robin Boy Wonders is in the raffle for 1. Boom. Hot Box in the raffle for 2 says, I can't figure out how to gift memberships. You can only gift memberships if you're on your computer. You can't do it from the phone, unfortunately. But Hot Boys, is it Hot Boys or Hot Box? Hot Boy X? I don't know. Either way, you're in the raffle for 2.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
All right, home stretch here. Remember, you call in a costume, you get a raffle ticket. We're going to give away a Jets jersey at the end of the stream today. We're at 28 channel members right now. I want to get us over 30, so I'm going to gift the membership right now. All right, we'll be at 29 shortly. Let's give people a chance. Membership being gifted in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it, AG. Joe McLaughlin is in the Asmaniac raffle officially. Love it. Tom says you can gift from your phone. I guess if you don't have an iPhone, you can gift. I guess Androids, you might be able to. I don't know. I've heard mixed things on that, though. Owen says, Rex Ryan costumes fire, Jake. Can we turn it around and make a late run? Define turn it around. Can they be a much better team in the second half than they were in the first half? Yes. Do I think the Jets are going to be able to rattle off enough wins over their final 9 to get into the playoffs? No, absolutely not. I'm not even convinced they're beating Cleveland, guys. I got to be honest. I could so see the Jets losing this game. Couldn't you? We just talked about that Halloween game last year, right? Today's the anniversary of that, with the Garrett Wilson catch. They won that game. They were 3-6. They had 2 more games before their bye week, and I was like, 5-6 at the bye, maybe? Like, I don't know. Remember that? 5-6 at the bye. They then got killed. What, they lose 40-0 to the Cardinals? Whatever the score was of that game. It was a nightmare. So, yeah, I mean, let's see them come out. And look, let's see. They're at home. They're playing the Browns. Let's see them come out and look a lot better. Because the reality is, you look at this Jets team, they've been bad for most of their games. Like, even in this game they won, the defense was terrible. And it was a complete outlier of offensive production seemingly out of nowhere. Like, I got to see more. Owen with a follow-up super chat. If I see a fight and no blowout losses, I believe. Right, but they got to win against the Browns, right? They can't. I don't care if they are in the game against the Browns and competitive. Like, you got to beat them. Win the game. Fingers crossed we make a run. I played Madden and overcame 1-7. Oh, you played Madden, huh? Hey, apparently the Jets value that, so you might be on to something. You might be on to something. You play Madden. There's potentially some value there. Trying to find my bricked up video. I can't find it. Cannot find it. Damn. I was going to play the Brick Johnson bricked up video for the Madden reference. Hey, Mike DeRamo is in the Asmaniac raffle. He just gifted a 5-spot. That's right, a 5-spot of channel memberships for the community. Yeah. The following 5 people are now channel members. Green Bean. Hey, now. So Green Bean and Richie from Jets Media both got memberships during this stream today. That's pretty sick. Eric Greco, Jesse Picarello, Fonzie, and Vince Milton all receiving a membership. Phantom says, I live in Ohio. They better beat the Browns. I got it, man. The Jets with back-to-back games against Ohio teams. How about that? Ant Jet says, Jake, you can gift memberships on the phone. Knicks Fan TV has the ability to do so. You can on an Android. You cannot from an iPhone, is what I believe the rule is. It's a YouTube thing. I don't know why. That's why we allow people to enter the raffle for $10 super chats. You get 2 raffle tickets. Whereas if you gift the membership, the amount you gift is how many raffle tickets you get. That's how we do it. Owen says, last chat, love your show. The Hennessy gang is back. Thank you for sharing your time, brother. Hashtag U.S. Army, hashtag Jets, hashtag support Jake. Oh, and thank you, man. This is my job, dude. This is my job. So I appreciate you tuning in. And thank you for your service if you served. Appreciate you. And Owen, since you had you sent in 3 different $5 super chats, let's get you in the raffle, baby. It's Halloween. I got you down, Owen. Thank you. Ralphie in the raffle for 2. He won a Mangold jersey the other day. If we can't beat Cleveland at home, it will be hard to find wins in the second half. They have no offense. Will be a good test for the O-line. I'm optimistic. Yeah, I mean, if they can't beat Cleveland at home, obviously there could always be that outlier win again, like what Cincinnati was, but don't count on many more of those type of games, right? They can't beat Cincinnati at home. We're looking at probably still a 2 or 3 win season at best. I mean, they can't beat Cleveland at home. Jesse says 1 year since Wilson's crazy one-handed catch. We showed it earlier on the show. One of the greatest catches ever. And let's be real, it is the last. It will be the best catch I ever see in person. I doubt I'm ever at any other game that will feature a better catch than that. Unbelievable. All right, last few callers here, and then it's raffle time. Australian Jets fan is next up on the program. Hello, AJF.
If we lose to the Browns, I'm right back on the fire Aaron Glenn trade, fire Aaron Glenn train, straight away. I don't think that's excusable.
Yeah, I mean, look, if they lose to the Browns, we're right back to having the conversation about how bad is it going to get. Are they just going to finish with 1 or 2 wins?
Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean, I looked at the schedule, and I think the only wins I gave us were against the Browns, the Saints, and then I think maybe that Bills game if they rest all their players. Even after the Bengals win, it doesn't look that good. And do you know, is Garrett Wilson going to be back?
Do I know if Garrett Wilson will be back? I think he will be, but that's not official. That's just based on what the initial timeline was for his injury.
I need him for my fantasy team.
We're all dying for your fantasy team's success.
Thank you. He's been my best receiver all season, and he was easily my best draft pick. And I just knew Garrett Wilson ever since. You could just watch him play from the eye test. If you don't think Garrett Wilson's good, you don't know ball. I've never seen anyone catch a ball like he does. He's an absolute freak.
Is Halloween a big deal in Australia?
No, not really. It's more of an American thing. You'll see some kids, I guess, on the street. They have some costume parties, but it's not a big thing. I had no one come to my house today trying to trick or treat. It's like if you the people that want people to come to their house and trick or treat will put Halloween decorations up, but it's rare. You won't see a whole street decked out in Halloween decorations like you would in America. Christmas is different though. A lot of people like to go crazy with the lights in the front yard here. I think it's probably the same in America as well.
Well, thanks for the insight, Australian Jets fan.
You're welcome. And I love to say, go Jets.
Ladies and gentlemen, go Jets.
Let's go Jets! Let's go Jets! Let's go Jets! Let's go Jets!
Yeah. All right. A couple calls left here. We're at the 2-hour mark of the show. Let me thank Ant Jets for getting himself in the raffle. Let's go. Also, shout out to Owen. He says he's been serving for 7 years. So thank you for your service, Owen. We appreciate you. He says, thank you for the entry, Jake. I believe we'll run the table 9 straight. Hey, I think there's 0% chance of that happening, but I would love to be wrong, believe me. And then everyone's saying, you said Aaron Glenn was a bad coach. I'd be like, yeah. And guess what? He made me eat my words if the Jets run the table and finish 10-7 after an 0-7 start. Believe me, I would love to be wrong. But Justin Fields, who played his best game of his career in week 1 this year, then followed that up with the worst game we've seen from really any Jet quarterback. It was like worse than some of the Zach Wilson games or Tim Boyle game we saw in week 2. Like, that's kind of who Fields is. I just don't believe he's a consistent enough passer for this team to go on that kind of run. But I hope you're right, Owen. I really do. Tell you what, if the Jets finish 10-7, Owen, you get to host the show with me for an entire week if you want. PBM says, we win 9 in a row. I'll get an AG tattooed on my ass. Well, they win 9 in a row. If they win their next 9 games, they'd be on a 10-game winning streak. Have the Jets ever won 10 games in a row in their history? Quill Ross in the raffle for Quill Ross with a super chat here. I'm going to hit the money sign. Last chance to get in the raffle. We got a couple calls left here. Jake just watched yesterday's videos while at work. Shout out to Coach Hank. I played Tri-Country Youth before he started in 2010. Shout out to Pottsville. Hey, how about that? And shout out to Dylan for being a great host and knowing what Pottsville is. PBM getting an Aaron Glenn tattoo on his ass would be pretty amazing. You have to get the tattoo, though, live on the air.
Calm your freaky down.
Oh, yeah. I think we'll all be okay. We're getting a little freaky if that happens. Owen says, I'm there, 10-7. Owen, you host the show with me the entire week. And I'll even up it, too. You get call-in privileges whenever you want. You call in, we stop the show, and you just join us. Doesn't matter. Like, you get like a automatic, I get to choose when I come on the air card if the Jets finish 10-7. Few calls left. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy earlier entered the raffle to win a Joe Klecko jersey at the end of our show. Let's hear from the Papa now.
Holy shit, look at that beard! He has a beard, he's the man. Ain't no Santa Claus. Papa Jet loves the Jets. He's one handsome son of a bitch. It's Papa Jet.
Rick, you got me?
Oh, we got you, Papa.
I can't see. Am I on?
Oh, you're on the air. You look great. Who are you for Halloween?
I don't know. I was thinking maybe that dude from South Park, maybe. What's his name?
Dude from South Park.
Cartman or something?
Let's see. Are you Cartman? Oh, Cartman. Well, he has like the hat. He has like the beanie on always.
What about Papa It Unabomber?
Are you Kenny from South Park, you mean?
Yeah, whoever the dude is, you can't see his face.
I think you're thinking of Kenny from South Park.
Okay.
You need an orange. You need an orange hoodie if you have that, and you could pull off the Kenny look.
Okay, well, I'll go with Papa It Unabomber then.
Papa It Unabomber. Wonderful.
Either that or Papa It.
God.
I'm a total idiot for sitting here for 40 minutes like this waiting to get on here.
You look good.
Well, anyways, did Beast dress up? Because I couldn't see.
Beast dressed up as Beast.
Okay.
Someone says you look like a pigeon.
A pigeon? Well, I can't see myself. I don't know how you look like a pigeon. I don't know. But anyways,
you look good to me.
Huh?
You look good to me.
Yeah. And I'll go with Snickers for my favorite candy bar.
Not too shabby.
I guess that's all I got, Jake. When I heard Neil's call come on, I'm like, holy shit, I got another 15 minutes and just sitting here like this. But anyways, have a good weekend.
Papa, you as well, man. Love the costume.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
I'm dressed up as our guy, Sexy Rexy. Let's see. Owen says I'm there, 10-7. Let's go. Radical Bongos is next. Hello, Mr. Bongos.
Hey, Jake. What's going on, man? I'm a DJ for made my little setup here.
Hey.
I hope they keep Breece Hall. Agent Zero got hurt. You know, who knows where we're going to be at the end of the season. I just think it's better to find other avenues to, you know, gain some capital or gain something for a player, or get a better trade somewhere else maybe in defense or somebody else. But overall, Jake, just enjoy the holiday and be safe out there, Jets Nation. You know, get down, get safe out there. See ya.
DJ Radical Bongos, man. You what type of music are you spinning?
Well, whatever's needed, man. I'll probably put a speaker in here later and just have it, you know, playing whatever people want, walking around. I have a soundboard. It's good. I like Halloween, but as the older you get, you know, you find more creative ways to just make it fun for yourself, you know, and overall, just it's a great holiday. It really is.
I love that. Well, you're killing it, Mr. Bongos. All right. Good
Oh,
luck
thank
later
you, buddy.
singing the tunes.
Thank you, buddy. Enjoy it.
Let's go.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
DJ Bongo. Bino, super check. Cuts the line. Last chance to get in here, folks. We're going to do the raffle shortly. So if you want to enter to win a Jets Legends jersey, Joe Namath is one of the choices, as is Joe Klecko, Curtis Martin, Wayne Corbett, Darrell Revis, and the great Nick Mangold. Bino says, happy Halloween. I was not around for a few days with a medical emergency. Trade deadline, what do you think happens? Well, first off, Bino, hope everything's okay. Thank you for the super chat. I think the Jets might trade Quincy. Wouldn't surprise me at all. They could trade Clemens for nothing or Lazard for nothing. But I don't think they're going to trade away Breece or Quinnen Williams. And they've already, I guess, expressed to Jermaine Johnson they're not trading him. I think the only way they would trade Breece is if they got a third-round pick offered to them. I don't think that's out there. I really don't. Sharon says, shouldn't you be asking to see everyone's feet? Hey, now, it's a family show. Rex only liked his wife's feet. All right? Let's be clear. The one thing I don't have is I don't have a Mark Sanchez tattoo on my shoulder. I've seen people, by the way, dress up as Mark Sanchez for Halloween. Just sad. Have people seen those costumes going around on social media? Now, I own a Sanchez jersey, but it's green, so I don't think it would look as good as this guy's costume with the white. But only the Jets, man. Only the Jets. Bo C has gifted 5 channel memberships. And when Bo gifts, everyone knows what that means. It means Bo knows.
Bo knows football. Bo knows baseball. Bo knows tennis. Bo knows basketball, too. Bo knows channel memberships.
He's in our raffle for 5. Bo, your memberships went to listeners York, Pinnock, Luke, Monkey Man Discoff, John D. Lee, Keyshan Mystery, all receiving channel memberships. Boom. All right, one last call. Now, we've heard from this guy, but he's calling back in. Hold on. Can't get to him just yet. A 10 spot, our second of the show. Mendoza NJ has gifted 10 channel memberships. Memberships flying off the shelves.
And Jet fans are clueless. I mean, they're dopes. They don't know anything. This is a really good hire. Gase is a great coach. Gase is a great coach. Okay, Adam Gase is Kyle Shanahan before Kyle Shanahan. Gase is a great coach.
10 people getting channel memberships. But wait, as that's happening, this just happened. 5 more gifted memberships. What a country.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These are all combined here that from Mendoza and Angela. Angela, thank you for supporting the show. We got you in the raffle for 5. Here we go. I got a bunch of names to read off here. Josh S. M. Crunk. Jets, please win games. Luca Lombardo. JG. Charles, unemployed. Locomotion. SJ345. Matthew Savage. 2 a.m. Burrito. Vero Beach. NY Jets. Dylan H. Jets won a game before Gorman or Bobby got a job. Talk that jitsu. And that appears to be 15. Beautiful. Raffle coming up. Last chance here. Today's caller or closer is a guy who already called in. What does he have to say now? Hello, Jordan.
What's up, Jake? I just have a couple quick Jets takes. First one is Armand Membu is going to be going against Myles Garrett. So he's been doing really good this season. I'm happy with how he's progressed throughout the season. He's not perfect, but he's looking really solid for a rookie. So I want to see him and Myles Garrett go at it. And also the defense, even though it was terrible last week, can they do better this week against a rookie quarterback and get an interception finally? Can Sauce get a pick against a rookie quarterback? You know, because they don't really have any receivers. They use their tight ends a lot. That's what I'm looking to see. Can we see Quinnen go out there and dominate the line of scrimmage and show us something? Because he's been pretty quiet. I just want to see this defense keep taking steps and continue to be the strong point of the team like it's been over the past few years.
I think those are all fair things. What I need to see above everything else, Jordan, is a team that comes out ready to play after the bye week. Right?
Yeah, that's true too.
Like the Jets have had so many of these games where extra time to prepare, especially off buys, and they're flat, they're terrible, they play awful, and they lose. Let's see how they look. Extra week to get ready. Getting some of the key guys back. Garrett, Saul should be back out there. You're at home. Yeah. You haven't won a home game yet. Like, there's a lot of motivation for the Jets to go out there and prove that that game against Cincinnati this past week was not just a one-off, that they are starting to really turn the corner here. So let's see it.
I agree with that. And this is going to be a true testament to see how good of a coach AG really is. If he can be that guy to change this thing around, you know, because if they come out unprepared and flat, then, you know, it's just going to go back to the same things it was the first 7 weeks of the season, you know. But if things are changing and he is stepping up, then, you know, we'll be all happy and continue to talk about positive things.
Winning being the biggest thing.
Yeah,
right?
That's a fact. That's a fact. Please win the damn game. That's what I want. I don't care how it gets done. Just win the game.
Got to win football games. I mean, that's it. That's literally what it comes down to.
That's all I had, though, Jake. Thanks for calling me back in.
Jordan, I appreciate you.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. I'm counting raffle names now, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to get everyone entered for a chance to win a Jets Legends jersey. Got 7 options for you. But only one can win today. But if you don't win, you are entered in our weekly raffle series, which will be on Tuesday this week. Ladies and gentlemen, right now it is time to spin the wheel of champions.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Oh, baby. Here we go. Black Gypsy loves to be last to put his name in. We gave you another one, Black Gypsy. You are in the Asmaniac raffle officially for another entry. Okay. Good luck to all. If you win, you have to email me, asmanjake@gmail.com. You need to know the player you want the jersey in, the size, and obviously your address. Plus, your name would be nice if you win and your name is like JetFan98. Well, I need to know your actual name because I doubt it's JetFan98 on your birth certificate. All right. Thanks to everyone who supports these raffles. A lot of fun to do. Always great to give people a chance to win some stuff. And you guys make it fun. So here we go. Good luck. But only one can win. And our first raffle winner on Halloween is... the great Janice Jet. Let's go, Janice. Hit the Jet chant for one of the most loyal and passionate OG Jet fans in this community. Let's go. Janice Jet, you're a winner of the Asmaniac raffle. All right, it's Halloween. So before we get out of here,
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
happy Rex-oween. We'll be back this afternoon. Nick Faria will be with us. Latest on the trade deadline, should anything break. And of course, we will continue to talk about what the Jets have to do coming out of the bye week. You guys are the best. Happy Football Friday. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Fireman Ed for joining us in his weekly segment on the show. I leave you guys with a clip here on Halloween. Sit back and enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go Jets. Hit it.
As maniacs are at MetLife to root for our Jets. Jake Asman and Nick Shine are your hosts. We may never win a game this year, but we can party hard with our Asmaniac brothers and sisters. Hey! It's Big Joe steals the show. He's a celebrity they all want to meet. His back is crap, but we got him a chair. Somebody needs to carry his ass into the stadium. We all love Mr. Bonesy. He's a champion who thinks he can kick this ball. And there's that legend Rick Kent, travels 3,000 miles to watch the Jets lose games. We also have Jay Quest and the great Kyle Clifton. Today Kyle is outside, not inside, but can carry 17 beers all by himself. The 4%ers showing up to win our hearts. These girls make all the Asmaniacs smile. And there's Dre Day who gets the party smoking. No, I mean literally smoking, cause he brings the kush. Hey, there's Mark Ferrero meeting all the Asmaniac legends. That's Thunder Lips. That's a dope friggin' mustache. Holy shit, there's Papa Jet rocking his kick-ass beard. Nate brings the party volume up to 11. Basically because he had 11 drinks so far. Snowball is the best, and he loves our Jets. And then there's Lumpy Not Lumpy as Bobby Midnight calls him. We can't party without Lumpy. Is that a paper bag on PBM's head, man? Jake Asman and Nick Shine really know how to make us forget about how shitty the Jets are. Let's make MetLife rock with Asmaniac Green and pretend they are a good team for maybe a quarter. Asmaniacs roll!
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane. And if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go Jets!